What's up, guys? So I'm going to be making a custom Ultimate Edition Brian Pillman. Here I have his newly released Monday Night Wars Series 8, his original Legends Series 3, as well as his basic with Dean Ambrose. I actually took the head off the basic. As you can see right here, I took this head off the basic. This came off the basic because I agree with the theory. Basics have better true FX technology than elites and ultimates. I truly believe that statement. And I've also gotten the new Stone Cold Steve Austin Monday Night Wars Ultimate. I'll be using the torso, and I'm going to show you how I solved the arms, because obviously Pillman has white wrist tape and his arms weren't that bulky, so I'm going to solve that. So I actually decided I'm going to use Jake Roberts' arms. His arms actually match the elite arms that Pillman has right here. I don't know, you can barely see it because the shirt's on, but they actually match both arm size. Let me see if I can bring this up close. In terms of arm size, they both match. I don't know if I can get this in focus here. Yep, Pillman has sort of a tan on him, but that's the new one. So good thing I'm not using that head. I'm going to be using his old basic head. But these arms are perfect for my base. I'm going to plant those on Austin. Probably use the old Austin arms for Jake going forward. But let's see how this turns out. Let me go get my hot water. So what's up, guys? I'm back. And actually, after hours of, let's just say, hard work, I finally have a finished product. So this is based off of W3A's Brian Pillman custom. I don't know if you saw it, but he had the elite. So what I did, and what I wish I would have done from the start to avoid all this piece of, I don't know if you can see, chip paint. I was trying to do so much with the torso, and I'll show you the bag of parts I used. I actually wasted a whole Brian Pillman elite leg. So what I did was, I stated earlier, I took the Jake Robert arms off of Jake, them to the side, and I placed it on Pillman. Let's see if we can get a closer look. So those are his arms. So it comes with the white wrist tape. It also has the classic black and red with the red square in the middle. This is Triple H's Legends Elite. It came with a cane, this head, and 2 pairs of normal hands as well as fisted hands. But this is the elite legs. What you would need to use is hot water to boil it down so it even fits on the peg. Comes with double jointed legs too, so that's perfect. I was thinking about using the original elite legs. Wait a minute right here. I had his elite legs. I took the Austin legs off, took Pillman's legs off. I only managed to get one. I don't know if you could see it through the bag. I only managed to get one peg off, but then I realized, hey, since the new elites run on ball joints, I could just put the ball jointed legs on the Ultimate Austin's trunks. So that's a good replacement. As you see, this is Triple H's Legends Elite's body there. You could do that, make it easy for you. So just pop Pillman's head here on the elite for if you want an elite version, but I wanted the ultimate articulation. As for these stickers here, it's simple. You can actually just go on Curb Stomp City Decals and get yourself these stickers for Pillman and get them on for him. But I like how this turns out. Mine is a little loose. Let's see if I can show you this. Mine's a little loose on the camera because a lot of hot water was involved in the making of this. So both sides are a little loose. This one's sealed up with this side. So I'm going to use super glue for that. Glue the sides. If I wanted this head to come on, I might use hot water, boil that head down, and then just glue it and separate this. But this is perfect for me because I could just put this head on the ECW version, and then I took the elite head. There we go, Pillman collapsed. Place the elite head on this basic version, because I'll barely use the basic version. I'll use this one. Glue I use super crazy glue. I'll just glue his abdomen on off camera, and let's see how the process goes. So I actually decided, you know what, I'm going to actually show you all how I constructed this. So I don't want to take it apart, but as you can see there, Austin's, let me see, I don't know if I can see this on camera. If you look in between there, you can see a hint of peach. That is because Austin, I don't know if I could bend the joints. No, separate them. Here we go, right here. Austin's leg joints are still intact right there. So this is the Austin body joints, comes with, I believe they are called drop down hips, so that's good to know. With the arms intact, Jake the Snake Robert arms. You could use Piper's arms, you could use anybody who has wrist tapes on their arms and short arms, because obviously his ECW version came with these exact, let's see. Can I take these arms off? I'm gonna stretch it. His ECW version came with that exact same arm mold. So that is good to know. And I'm actually gonna take this apart because I have to super glue it anyways. Head, Monday Night Wars head, arms. Take the arms off anyways so you can see. And this is the best ways for me to do it. It's very much easier. So I went through all that work, got a bit of paint chipped off, and all the while I could have just did this from the start. You would really need to only replace the legs. That's the only thing you need to replace. And make sure the ball joint too. The old elites like Pillman, he's 2010, do not come with the ball joint. So I actually have to wait for these legs to heal up, but torso's gonna be coming off anyways. Let's see, everything else you could leave the same, I guess. See if I could crack this open. Still crack this open on camera. Try see that. So yeah, and look, you still get that 360 joint. So that was a great way to avoid removing that, because I know you would have to drill down, and I almost drilled down, but I was like, you know what, nah, try to keep it true to factory. Take the back off, and I'm gonna super glue this bad boy off camera. So we pop the head on, and here he is. My own custom loose cannon 1997 Brian Pillman. Legends 28 Triple H legs. Coliseum Collection Jake the Snake arms, and Steve Austin's torso, entire torso, and trunks. That's how you do it. Those are the pieces needed to make an excellent mold. If I didn't have that paint chip, could have sold this bad boy. Excellent. Comes with, I just super glued it the waist too, so by tonight, going into tomorrow morning, that should be good. Nothing loose. Legs were a little bit loose, but that was how it came on the Elite. So Triple H was loose. I still get that 360. Can I get him in frame? Still get that 360 articulation arms. That's why I put the arms directly on. You know, I could have just put Triple H's arms, but I wanted that Elite ultimate articulation that allows for arm swaps regardless. To make it easy, I just put this newer Monday Night Wars head on, but you could just, again, melt down any head or heat up any head you wish. Put it on that. I'm very pleased with this. I truly am. Let's put a body. Let's bring this guy down here. Let's tripod down. Get a full view shot. There we go. That is the ultimate. I'm gonna place side-by-side image of Pillman with his real life counterpart. So another cool thing is that his Monday Night War Elite, it looks to be relatively in scale with his ultimate. I know that's an issue. People say ultimates are taller, but if I had this head on there, it would be practically the same size. So great to know as well. But Austin was a little bit taller, and that's why I wanted the Legends Series 3 legs on, because I knew I would get a real true to size height. But I just like this overall look anyways. It's a great look. I'm not a big fan of this torso or arm choice at all. Pillman was definitely not the same size as Daniel Bryan. and they should have just given him his old Legend Series 3 look, if anything. Also, let's see, I took the shirt off. Also, shout out to Miles the Collector on IG. Made me a custom Brian effing Pillman tee, because I doubt Mattel's gonna do that, mass retail. And I should also have his I Don't Call 911 shirt. I'm gonna actually place them on Pillman here for the thumbnail, but I will actually put this on because it's a vest, so you guys could see live how it looks. And bingo. So it does work with this hard foundation vest. I don't know if you, so this is a real easy, nice custom you can make just from using other Mattel Elite parts you have in the house. I took the hard foundation jacket off the Elite and placed it on Ultimate. Perfect fit. Especially since this was a torso designed for vests regardless because of Steve Austin. So it came perfect. So there you have it. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this little custom tutorial. Could have been a very shorter tutorial had I just realized, hey, ball joints come on the Ultimate already, so I could have just used the ball joint legs from the start. Only thing you really have to take apart, you would have to just back here. You would only have to take apart Triple H's legs here. See, it came with the belt, and that's another cool thing. This doesn't come with the belt. That's what makes it perfect for me. In terms of this, I could probably just remove these or leave them on. Find a way to cut these knee pads completely off to match these. Which, as you can see, this is his original Legend Series 3. It never came with knee pads, so I could find a way to cut that off. You take apart Austin's legs. You get the same. Just take apart Austin's legs. So, and here's another trick you could do. This comes from, I hope I'm shouting this channel out right, IPLW Wrestling. He's another pick fedder. What he did was, and he didn't even use an Austin, he used a Ric Flair, but he had painted the entire legs. So if you want, you could just take this knee pad off and paint Austin's entire legs black. If you want if you want the toe articulation, if you're a fan of that, you can just paint his whole legs black, and you won't even have to touch the boots because they're black already, just like Pillman's attire was. And then this is just the rest that I had. This was his this is Pillman's, the rest of Pillman's legs. I tried to take, that's what I thought. I realized, man, it's only when I realized, wait a minute, this is a decade old Elite. He has the joints here, but these are the old ratchet style, not the new ball joints. So if he would have came with ball joints, that would have been absolutely perfect. I could have just popped them off, do the same Triple H method, and I would have been good to go. You get your vest. I don't know, I should have a cane here, the cane that came with Triple H, if I have it. So this is the cane, and that's a cool thing. If you get the Legends Elite Triple H, you really have multiple options for your Pillman. You can just take the head. If you don't want to get an Ultimate Austin, spend more money for an Ultimate, you just want an Elite, you will not only get a bigger torso in Triple H, which is similar to the Legends Elite torso, you also get the wrist tapes, which match. They're a bit bigger, but you get wrist tapes that match. You'll get the belt, but at least you're getting that new Elite articulation. You take this head off and you pop it on Triple H, and you could pop it back on this Elite. But you also get this horsehead cane, which Pillman was known to use. I don't know if these arms are big enough. Yeah, these arms are actually big, too big. So I'm not sure if you could put an Elite arm on Ultimate. I have to find that out later. But he still holds the cane pretty well. So there. And there you go. I popped Jake Roberts' hand off and just replaced it with the Legends Elite hand that came with Hunter. And there you go. That is an Ultimate Edition Brian Pillman custom that you can make using Legends Elite Triple H. Any torso that is middle size, not bulky, but a torso that is not too. You could even use a torso like this, but I chose the one with abs. That was more relative. Pillman usually sometimes had abs on his stomach, so I used that one. As long as it's not ripped like Lex Luger, anything other than Lex Luger, even Eddie Guerrero would work. And in terms of I used something that actually matched his head scan, so that's another look I was looking for. And all of your Monday Night War accessories will work on this Ultimate, by the way. So perfect. I could totally see Mattel releasing any new Ultimate. I could see them doing that, but I just like this custom that I made. I'll definitely get an official one if they release one, because I know he just had his Legends deal signed. I believe it was of 2 years ago, 2024. So I know he's had some rumblings in the company. The 2 new figures he got, the Monday Night Wars one and the Flying Brian Hollywood Blondes version, those 2 excellent figures. So I definitely see Mattel making more. So yeah, that is a Mattel, literally a Mattel, because all these parts are made by Mattel. Mattel Custom Ultimate Edition Loose Cannon Brian Pillman. Thanks for watching. I was also showing how I didn't agree with this mold, and I still don't. If anything, this is a more time accurate body mold to his WWF run. This, however, this mold, that's why I put the Brian Effin Pillman shirt on, because if you remember, he had lost a lot of weight in his ECW tenure, and that's why I believe this is secretly an ECW version. I'm not sure. I'm not down in Mattel HQ. I'm not sure. But if I could guess, I'm thinking this was originally supposed to be an ECW figure just because of the torso and arms alone. So if anything, if you want, you can just use this as an ECW attire. I should have about 2 pictures up with Pillman clearly sporting this look. He sported this look versus Shane Douglas and one time in WCW, late 1996, before he even signed with WWE. So if you want an ECW Pillman, I'd say you pick this up. But if you want a WWE version, drive for the black tights of Legend Series 3 or try your hand at this custom. It's a great custom. So the channel name for the Pillman tights, if you just wanted to paint it off, if you want to buy an Austin and then just save yourself no removal process, no hot water, no none of that, a good custom showcase was ILW Figs. I had got his name wrong earlier. It is ilwfigs.com, or you can just search up on YouTube custom Brian Pillman. His tutorial should pop up, and he suggested you just paint. He used a Ric Flair body and he just painted the legs, so you can paint the legs black. Go on curb stomp decals, pick yourself up Pillman's decals and then just pop them on and you're good to go. Thanks for watching.